What's up? Today I'm going to be going over how I made this Deafheaven edit. So I saw the comments on my previous editing from reference session, and I'm really glad that a lot of you guys found it pretty valuable and inspiring or learned a lot from it. I appreciate that feedback, and honestly, that's my goal. So I wanted to get this video out a lot sooner, but I've just been so slammed with like client work, just general life, because I'm leaving for tour in 2 weeks, and I'm trying to kind of cram everything, get everything done before I leave, and yeah, I've just been fucking grinding. So yeah, I aim to make some tour content, some vlogs and everything, and then after I come back, I'll resume this series. So yeah, let's get into the edit. Alright, so I actually assembled this in Premiere, which is kind of rare for me, but this set was so fucking long. This set was like an hour plus, which is, I'm not complaining. Like, as an audience member, it was an experience. This is an amazing band. But for my camera, that's just a lot of fucking storage. So I had like 100 gigs at the end of this night. So I was just like, there's absolutely no way I'm going into After Effects and sorting out 100 gigs of footage. So yeah, I threw it all in Premiere. Yeah, okay, let me stop rambling. Let me show you the cuts. Okay, so yeah, those were the cuts. Pretty standard, honestly. Like, this is pretty standard concert edit. There's nothing really crazy about it right now. I think, honestly, a slow start is a bit of a risk, like especially if you're posting on Instagram, because people don't see something cool within the first like 3 seconds they're scrolling. So I try to start it with like the coolest clip. Honestly, I really like this clip. But like a slow-mo start is a little risky, but I said fuck it, it doesn't matter to me if I get views or not. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool the way it started. So as for the build-up, I really liked this clip here. I thought it was super sick. But I initially had it for like 1 second, and I wanted it to last longer, so I threw on these other clips. And originally they were just, they weren't on a blending mode, like they were just sitting there like solid. And then I was like, what if I just put these on like a lighten blending mode so that this clip underneath, the one with his arms out, that one like shows underneath all these clips here. So that like, and then I like kind of align them all in the center so that you can still see him behind all the other clips. So yeah, I think that was probably the coolest part. So yeah, it's pretty standard, honestly. My favorite part is probably this end part where it just stops, but maybe like 5 people probably watch this to the end because it's Instagram. No one's fucking watching that on Instagram. But basically for this edit, I wanted to match the music. I mean, same with any edit, but this band specifically has a lot of layers, just very heavy, like layering in the choruses, the breakdowns, everything. So I wanted to kind of like put that feeling in with the edit. I wanted like a bunch of layers of just effects, like a grain, glow, color, blurs, everything. Just so it feels like kind of processed, like kind of heavy. That was my philosophy going into it. So I collected these references here. I'm using an app called PureRef. Really great for, especially if you have one monitor only. You can move it anywhere. You can resize it, do whatever. It kind of just sits on top of whatever application you have open. And yeah, it's a great app. But anyway, I wanted to emulate this color scheme and with like pretty much these two here, just because they feel very sunset-y, like, for lack of a better term, like dawn, honestly. And that was kind of the feeling I got when I listened to the song and I saw this footage. And I was like, this feels like a dawn type of look. Especially the lighting, too, because the lighting has a lot of, like, God rays and stuff. Especially here. Like, this lighting was phenomenal, which is rare at concerts. But, yeah, anyway, so yeah, I wanted to copy that color scheme. And then I just kind of wanted to play with the blurs a bit to add a little bit of extra movement and a little bit of, like, edginess. So then I exported this out of Premiere and threw the MP4 into After Effects. But I want to note that when I was editing this video in After Effects, I had a long-ass day, I was tired, and I just wanted to sit down and edit and not fucking say a word. So I sat there and I was just in a flow state for like 3 hours. It was like 3 a.m. just editing. So I screen recorded the whole thing, but I didn't say a word. So I'm going to have this on a time lapse and kind of just talk whenever I feel like I need to explain something. Otherwise, you guys can just watch. And I don't think what I did was super complex. I mean, if you follow along, you can kind of get it. But if you have any questions about anything, about how I made this one, just drop a comment and I'll answer it. But yeah, on to the edit. So to start, I'm pretty much just trying to find a preset that kind of matches what I want, or like a good base to start with. And then once I have that, I'm just changing the color to match my reference. So here now I'm just changing it to that kind of like purplish, pinkish sunset color. Yeah, and then now I'm just like crushing the blacks and adding a lot of noise, so it has that very grungy, grainy type of look that I really love. So here I was worried about the light kind of obstructing the silhouette of the vocalist too much, and I was wondering if people will be able to read him like really quickly because I only had the clip on for like 1 second. So I threw on depth scanner and honestly just trying out some different looks, some different effects that I can maybe like throw in for a few frames. Just kind of experimenting to see what it would look like. I really liked this slow-mo crowd clip here, so I was trying to add some effects that kind of like made it a little trippier. So here I'm just adding like a bunch of like echoing, warp type of effects. Just trying them out and see how they look. I think I ended up deleting them because they looked too... like they were obstructing the image too much. It was too hard to read, so I replaced it with those blurs from my reference. And now I'm just tweaking them to look the way I want. And then here I was trying out some stuff with depth scanner just to see how it would look, and I tried tweaking it, but it ended up not looking how I wanted, so I ended up deleting it. So here I'm adding a transition to the clip where the vocalist has his arms out, and I'm just kind of testing what would look cool, playing around with the blurs a lot, and just trying to create a cool transition, but not trying to obstruct the original image too much. So in this clip, I'm starting to add the blur to match the reference, and I'm using radial blur, and I'm animating it so that I can guide the viewer's eyes from the right to the left, which is pretty cool for shots like this where I'm not moving that much and there's just a lot going on, so it's nice to kind of isolate where the viewer is looking. And then I'm using the graph editor to animate how fast the keyframes move, so that it's not too linear. So I'm going back to this crowd clip and adding another level of distortion with CC lens. And then I add it to another clip here with these two girls spinning each other in the mosh pit with the flashlight from the security going around them, which looks fucking awesome. So I thought that would look super sick with the blurs, and it does, so I really liked that part. Here I'm adding rays to the crowd clips, which look fucking phenomenal. I'm using Trapcode Shine, but After Effects has a built-in rays plugin. I think it's called CC Light Rays, and it works just as fine. I just use Trapcode because there's just a lot of parameters that make it a lot easier. But yeah, I think adding rays to this video was definitely the move, especially with like the color treatment and like the crushed blacks and the glow and grain and everything. I'm going in and just kind of tweaking the colors for clips here, and then just adding hints of blur everywhere. For this specific clip of the guitarist here, I was kind of feeling like a heavy black and white with some like chromatic aberration or something. So yeah, I tried it out and I actually really liked it. Here I'm adding a mini-max transition between these two crowd clips, and then I proceed to experiment with some blurs on the slow-mo clip of that girl with her hair flying around. So here on this clip of the vocalist, I'm trying to see what I can do to it that's not just leaving it how it is, because I felt like it was kind of boring before. So I felt like I had to throw something on it. And then I set this second clip, the guitarist clip, to an invert, just because it needed something different, and I think it looked cool. I ended up giving up on trying to do something cool with the vocalist clip for now, and then I went on to making a title card type of deal, just because I felt like the intro was a little barren. Like, the slow-mo clips were cool, but I felt like something needed to be there, so I was just experimenting with typefaces and different looks. Here, I was trying to like mask it behind the subjects using depth scanner as like a Luma mat, but I could not get it to like line up properly, and it was kind of pissing me off, and it didn't end up looking good anyway, even when I did get it to work. So here I'm literally trying everything in my power to make this like stretch text look good, because I really wanted it. I thought it looked cool, but I couldn't find anywhere in the intro where it kind of aligned with the composition, or it just wasn't too distracting. Here I'm like trying out like a silhouette type of thing, but I just felt like it was just wasn't working the way I wanted it to. I think I was fucking with that title for like 45 minutes. It was starting to piss me off, so I just ditched it for a more basic typeface. And I was kind of bummed about it, but in the end, I think it looks better and it's less distracting. So here I'm adding some like stretch glitches to this silhouette black and white clip because I think it looked really cool with it. I think it needed something, and I really loved how the like little stretch glitches came out. Even though they're like literally less than half a second, I thought they looked dope. Okay, so here I was bored as fuck, and I decided to throw on like some cyber sigil type of graphics, because I was also looking at some other reference, just some graphic design stuff, and I was like wondering, what if I just like throw on some shapes on here? And I think I spent like 2 fucking hours, or like an hour or something. I don't even know how long I spent on this, trying to like get this to blend properly and not be too distracting, but also like not look too random. And honestly, like looking back now, I don't even know if I like it that much, but it's in there, and it's different, I guess. But yeah, this is literally me fucking with it for like an hour plus. And then, of course, my shit starts crashing. So, after it crashed, I just take the time to look at some textures that I might want to overlay. And then here I throw them on, and I'm just kind of experimenting with what they look like and what blending modes to use and stuff like that. Here I'm starting to throw on some overlays like light leaks, texture overlays, just stuff like that, just to add a little more to this video. And then, obviously, because I'm an editor, gotta throw in the logo, the edgy logo at the end, just like every other editor. It's a rite of passage. So at this point, after adding textures and everything, I consider the edit done, and then I just export. Anyway, that's it for this edit. Thank you for watching, and I will be making more soon. See ya!